welcome back. No goals here at Carrow Road. We'll enjoy the benefit of hindsight with Trevor Francis shortly. Trevor, of course, once again featuring in our half-time goals roundup. Here they are.
First of all, let's look at the new leaders and the bookmakers' favourites for the title, Arsenal. Penalty given there after 25 minutes, and referee Roger Milford absolutely right. If we look at it again, Tommy Caton pulling the shirt off Alan Smith's back. Now, Brian Marwood missed a penalty here at Carrow Road a couple of weeks ago. No mistakes this time round. Arsenal, though, took a real battering in the second half, but proved themselves the master of the counter-punch. Bob Boulder not too pleased with his punch there. Merson makes it 2-0. Coming up, though, a tremendous last 15 minutes. Charlton on a dangerous spiral, 9 without a win. They're going to need all this fighting spirit to stay in the First Division. Campbell with the cross, and the substitute, Steve McKenzie, touches it in. Just a couple of minutes later, a fine first-time ball there from Rocastle. Merson in the clear. Off the post, and Marwood is in for his second goal. Well, Charlton still had time for the best goal of the game from Steve McKenzie. Arsenal, though, atop. George Graham, the manager, says it means nothing now. Being there in May is what counts.
Goals were always going to be at a premium at the baseball ground. Derby and Liverpool with the best defensive records in the First Division. The goal was a special one. Had to be, really. It was McMahon who put Beardsley away. Now, where's Rushy? There he is, right on cue. Looks almost surprised, probably relieved. His first for 2 months.
We've seen all this before. Long throw from Vinnie Jones. Confusion in the opponent's penalty area. Carlton Fairweather with the only goal of the game. The early leaders, Millwall, have now lost 3 out of 4.
Down at the Dell, Coventry started out as if they'd been fed on raw meat over Christmas, with Southampton destined for the old turkey treatment. David Phillips, first of the season. He used to score them like that for Manchester City. Greg Downs' free kick as Coventry come forward again. Keith Houchins scooping the ball over Flowers. Gary Bannister adding the finishing touch. 2-0 Coventry. But Southampton, who surrendered a 2-goal lead at Newcastle last week, began the renaissance. Jimmy Case picking out a Wallace. Anyone will do. It happened to be Rodney. Into injury time. Kevin Moore with the equaliser. But that wasn't all that happened in this match. The Christmas spirit certainly not in evidence in that challenge, and what followed was pretty unseasonal too. Now, I know it was Boxing Day, lads, but that's ridiculous. Sent off, Gary Bannister and Russell Osman.
No Radcliffe, Sharp or Clark in the Everton team. Trevor Stephen playing as a striker. Brilliant skill here after only 3 minutes. Everton putting a good run together at the moment, but Middlesbrough equalising on 15 minutes. That's Ripley pulled down by Van den Hauwe. And Borough, who tend to struggle away from home, on terms with this penalty from Dean Glover. But a really stylish goal winning the match for Everton. Superb build-up down this near side. Nevin, and then Snowden, and Tony Cotty, so sharp at the end of it. That's his 12th of the season.
You'd have fancied this on the pool's coupons beforehand. 19 draws between them this season, and you'd have backed Mark Hughes to score here as well. But it eventually went to Ralph Milne, his second since joining United from Bristol City. Gordon Strachan set up the second, obviously not been using the right sort of deodorant. Not a Forest player in sight as he goes on, and on, and on, before setting up Hughes, who doesn't score ordinary goals, his 9th in 12 games.
No goals like that at White Hart Lane, but a missed penalty. That's Foster with a foul on the former Luton player Walsh. Terry Fenwick is Spurs' top scorer. He's converted all 5. But Seeley reacts well here, and then look what happens as it comes back in over the top from Fenwick from just a couple of yards. Luton, though, probably deserved their point.
Newcastle went behind after 3 minutes. Straightforward enough, but neatly finished off by the unmarked David Hurst. Well, Jim Smith is having a big influence at Newcastle. So's one of his new signings, Kevin Brock. His free kick, Rob McDonald, formerly of PSV Eindhoven, heading in the equaliser. Well, the winner coming up. Afterwards, the scorer, Michael O'Neill, said he knew precisely what he was doing, was always in control. Well, it's Christmas. I believe you, Michael.
The Villa are an absolute treat to watch at home these days. Kevin Gage taking advantage of a defensive lapse and setting up Alan McInally. Coming up now, one of the best goals of the day and possibly of the season as well. That's Cowans with the outside of the foot. This is McInally away from Parker and a cross into the far corner. 25,000 crowd on their feet. Rangers had to replace the injured Maguire and Faraday. They went down to 10 men for a while when Coney had to go off, but Coney came back on, and that's the player-manager Trevor Francis with his 10th of the season. But Trevor also picked up a rare yellow card.
Well, nice goal, Trev, but what about the booking? Are you going to fine yourself?
Well, I should look at the code of conduct tomorrow, and if necessary, yes, I should do that. But,
oh, come on, what are you going to do?
Well, it's not bad, is it? That was probably my first tackle this season, that one.
Now, tell us about Alan McInally now. 19 goals in 19 full appearances. He looks to be the player of the season almost up front.
Well, he ruined my Boxing Day. Very, very powerful player, and I would think before too long he'll be in the Scottish team. Really impressed me yesterday.
Now, just a line on the old managerial road, Trevor. How are you settling in? I know you got us all to call you boss today.
That's not true. Well, I was enjoying it up until yesterday afternoon. I think I've got to come to terms with the fact that I'm going to be judged on a match day. Obviously, the preparation during the week is important, but it was disappointing yesterday.
OK, with the benefit of hindsight, are we going to get goals in the second half here at Carrow Road this afternoon?
Well, there were 1 or 2 chances first half and some good build-up play. The finishing was a little bit poor, but I think if the midfield players keep pushing forward, I'm sure we'll see a goal in the second half.
OK, Trevor, thanks very much indeed. We're going to take another break. After that, 45 minutes action of Norwich against West Ham here at Carrow Road. Join us again.